Join me as I dive into the crazy idea of Trump wanting to cut the entire Department of Education down to just 2 employees. Can I break down what that would really mean for our schools? President Trump's latest proposal has left many in the education community stunned. He suggested shutting down the entire Department of Education, leaving behind only 2 employees. Some say we should take Donald Trump literally, but how can we not when he is running for the highest office in the land? If Trump's proposal were to come to fruition, the consequences would be far-reaching, affecting not just the Department of Education itself, but also schools, teachers, and students across the country. Imagine an education system without federal guidance, support, or oversight. It's a daunting prospect. The Department of Education plays a crucial role in shaping education policy, allocating funding, and providing resources to schools. Without it, the education landscape would be vastly different. Schools rely heavily on federal funding, and the Department of Education is responsible for distributing those funds. Without that support, many schools would struggle to stay afloat. Teachers would be left without the resources they need to provide a quality education, and students would suffer as a result. The impact would be felt from urban to rural areas, with disadvantaged communities likely to be hit the hardest. Moreover, the Department of Education also plays a vital role in promoting educational equity, enforcing civil rights laws, and providing support for students with disabilities. By eliminating the department, these crucial services would disappear, leaving already vulnerable students in an even more precarious position. It's hard to imagine how such a drastic move would benefit anyone in the education community. Trump's proposal has sparked outrage among educators and policymakers who argue that the Department of Education is essential for ensuring that all students have access to a quality education. By attempting to dismantle it, Trump is going against the very principles of public education. So what could be behind this controversial proposal? One possible reason is that Trump is trying to fulfill his campaign promise to reduce the size of the federal government. However, this approach is misguided, as the Department of Education is not a bloated bureaucracy, but rather a vital institution that provides essential services to the education community. Another reason could be that Trump is trying to appease his conservative base, who have long been critical of the federal government's role in education. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. This proposal would have disastrous consequences for our education system. Many experts have spoken out against Trump's proposal, warning of its catastrophic implications. According to the American Federation of Teachers, eliminating the Department of Education would be a disaster for our country's education system. The National Education Association has also chimed in, stating that such a drastic move would undermine the very foundation of our education system. The statistics are staggering. Without the Department of Education, federal funding for education would likely decrease, leading to a significant decline in student achievement. The impact would be felt across all aspects of education, from early childhood education to higher education. According to a report by the Center for American Progress, getting rid of the Department of Education would lead to a massive disinvestment in our education system, harming the very students who need the most support. It's hard to overstate the potential consequences of such a drastic measure. In conclusion, Trump's proposal to shut down the Department of Education is a recipe for disaster. It would leave our education system in shambles, with schools, teachers, and students suffering as a result. It's more important than ever to recognize the crucial role that the Department of Education plays in shaping our education policy and ensuring that all students have access to a quality education. What do you think about Trump's proposal? Do you think gutting the Department of Education is a good idea or a catastrophic mistake? Let me know in the comments below. Early voting is starting. Check the laws in your state and vote responsibly. Trendy Buzz at your service.